Hey, good morning. I wonder if anyone out there knows how to make a dog stop smacking. It's driving me crazy. I'm at my daughter's house, and she has a big old pit bull, and she's a smacker. She always has been, and it's super annoying. So I wanted to talk to you today. I put a website in the chat box, in the chat. It's meetcorymichelle.com. I'm going to be talking about some things that she talks about. I like the way she does it. And I know she has a money course coming up, but like soon, but I don't see it on her website. So you might want to look for her on Facebook. It's just her name, Cory Michelle, on Facebook. So take a look at that because I took her. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Mom. I took her money class. I actually won it, and it was great. I mean, it was 30 days of journal prompts, and there's kid noise in the background. The grand twins are here. Actually, I should probably close that door. Anyway, her money course was really good. And in fact, I'm going to put my headset in because somebody told me that the volume was going up and down. And so part of what I like, so I won the money course and I took that. I can't remember the name of it. Oops. You guys, I'm not totally awake yet. Sorry. More coffee. Hold, please. Okay. Hopefully that will kick in soon. I don't ever sleep well away from home. I can sleep anywhere, but not well. You know what I mean? Okay, so the money course. 30 days of journal prompts and discussion. I won that class from her in a drawing. And then I'm taking her Art of Living Crazy Possible now, which is really good. And she has a background in access consciousness, and y'all know I'm not a huge access consciousness fan as far as the organization goes, but their material, the way they ask questions, is I'm finding highly valuable, which I've known for a while. Like I took the first level of bars class years ago, never really did anything with it, and I used the questions a lot then, but didn't stick with it either. But I've been using them a lot lately and seeing an enormous amount of change. But what I wanted to talk about is she says that a problem is an opportunity to choose something else, that a problem is telling you, the universe is reflecting back to you that there's a problem, obviously, but how we deal with the problem is completely opposite. So she's reframing it in that it's an opportunity to choose something else. It's an opportunity to ask a bunch of questions about, what is trying to happen. So Martha Beck says, what wants to happen here? We should be asking that question when things are bogging down. She asks, what's available here now? What's available here now that I can say yes to? So in my human design class, we're talking about the importance of yes/no questions for the sacral and the importance of asking questions when you're trying to decide if it's time to respond. Because in human design, 4 of the 5 types have a strategy for life that they need to wait to respond and then use their body as a yes/no, like a roadmap, an indicator of which of the options to take. And I had made a mistake in that I had only said one question, and they've been using it as just one question, but we need to ask lots of questions. So if we see a problem, say we don't have enough money, what we're trained to do and what we do, and it is do, is we pick at it, right? That's where our attention goes. Even though we've been told repeatedly 100 zillion billion times for thousands and thousands and thousands of years of recorded human history to not look at the problem, to look at the solution. Good morning, Michelle. To focus on all our energy on what we would rather have. And instead, we focus on all our energy on what we do have. So if we don't have enough money, that's all we're thinking about. How can I get more money? That's not enough money. Um, we look at all our accounts. We might look for side hustles. We might complain and moan that we don't have enough clients. We, meaning me, I don't know about you, but this is what I've done for years. That's how we're trained. Okay. We go to school and we learn to solve problems. And so we learn, and that goes with our human brain. We scan our environment for problems, and we spend all this energy trying to solve them. So what she's saying is, if there's a problem, say this is your no money problem and not an Archon mount. Is it Archon mount? Yeah. This is a really good product, by the way. Anyway, instead of like focusing on this and being like, let's examine this problem from every possible angle, and now let's like apply all these solutions to it, and those don't work, so let's study it some more and let's apply some more solutions. In the meantime, this problem does what? Absolutely nothing. If we're lucky, it does nothing. If we're really putting a lot of energy into it, what happens? It gets worse and worse and worse. What she's saying is, this problem is telling you, she uses the word incongruent, that you are incongruent with your energetic priorities, which we would call your core desired feelings, or the feeling, the essence of, the feeling tone of, that's like older, early 90s terminology of what you're wanting to create, that you're out of alignment with that because you've got this problem here and you're dealing with it, and you're not feeling your core desired feeling. You're not focusing on the feeling tone of what you want. You're focused on the feeling of this problem. So the solution is to see that problem and go, oh, yay, I have a problem. And it's showing me that I'm out of alignment or incongruent, whichever word you want. And so let me remember what my she says the energetic priority, which I really like. So what is my energetic priority? Is it to feel deprived and I can't handle money, or is it to feel wealthy and flow around money? So you activate that, and then you start asking a lot of questions. What's available for me now? Okay, I see that this isn't working. What can work now? What am I available for? A question I ask every single morning, and it's really opening a lot of flow for me, is how many ways can I receive money today? And how much am I available to receive? Not some arbitrary number, not some logical mind number like, oh, I would really do well at 5,000 a month, so let me focus on 5,000 a month. It's like, yeah, I would really like 5,000 a month, and what am I available for? Which really pays respect to the capacity that you've got built up. This is why I always fail at the pick a number manifestation thing. You want 100,000 a year. I've done that for years. I have not gotten anywhere close. And in fact, I've gotten in reverse. And this is saying, I want $100,000 a year. Now let me meditate and feel into what my energy actually has the capacity to receive, which was not 100,000 a year yet. But what that did, asking that question, is it opened up this whole giant awareness of all the lineage and ancestral things about money that I've been carrying. And I've had some coaching on that. I've done a lot of work on that. And this resistance in my system to money that I've been aware of for a very long time is gone. Now, I don't know exactly the moment it dissolved. I didn't feel like a snap. Oh my gosh, it's gone. But a few days ago, I was after a coaching session, and we were talking about money and making plans and things. I chose a goal to go to Paris again for my birthday. And immediately I heard, well, that's just greedy. That's just over the top. Like, that's ridiculous. You went twice last year. and you can barely make it right now. So what are you doing even thinking about planning a trip to, blah, 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 blah. And so at first I was like, damn, I hate that that's still there. It may always be there. So instead I was like, okay, that's a problem. I want to go to Paris for my birthday and I can feel resistance to it because of these embedded habitual thought patterns, whatever, and perceptions I have about who is the type of person who goes to Paris twice a year, every year or more, or maybe buys an apartment there. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Who is that person? And that's who I have to move into. So then I can start saying, okay, exactly those questions. Well, who would I have to be to feel comfortable and actually really happy about the idea of going to Paris again this year? Who would that person be? How would that person feel? And how can I feel? And then in the Created Life Academy, Sandy encourages us to look for evidence in other people. So if I'm going to look for evidence of a person who goes to Paris a lot, I can look at Catherine Just. She has a standing apartment there. It's not hers. She rents it. It's like an Airbnb kind of setup. But she goes to Paris several times a year. And she does her art there, and she does other stuff there. And so she's a template for me. She has some things that I identify with. I've followed her for years. And so I can look for that evidence and go, oh, well, there is just a regular person, this beautiful but down-to-earth person, and she goes to Paris a lot. And I don't think she's a multimillionaire, but who cares? It doesn't matter. She gives me a visual example of how to do that, of how to this is cool, you guys. So when comments show up over here, I can click them and delete them. So much better than Periscope. Okay, so using that example, I'm going to put you on hold just 1 second and close this door to where the kids are being kids. Hold on. Be right back. Hey, girls. Hey, girls. I'm going to close this door because it's really loud and I'm recording. Okay, so you can go ahead and play, but I'm going to close this door. Alrighty then. So do you see what I mean? Like the problem is my thoughts getting in the way. And rather than trying to dissect my thoughts or think about even where they came from, it doesn't matter where they came from. What matters is what I do with them. And I welcome them because I want to be aware of them because they're potentially going to fuck up my trip. I don't know how that's going to happen. So now I can use one command, right? Or I can keep asking questions. I can one command around that. I don't know how I take a trip to Paris this year. I only know that I do now and I am fulfilled. Or I can keep asking questions. What would it take? That's another one. What would it take for me to go to Paris with ease and divine timing and plenty of money with me and all the stuff? What would that take? And then I can feel and wait for the answer. Who would I need to be capital B, capital E, in my energy? Who would I need to be a woman who is comfortable going back and forth to Paris a lot? Who would I need to be? What would I need to radiate? Well, I would need to radiate comfort with that concept. That you can be just a regular person and go back and forth to another country. It's really not that big a deal. It's only a big deal because of my old beliefs, right? And I never saw anybody doing that when I was a kid. In fact, nobody went overseas. And Morgan and I talked on our first trip how it was, made us all a little verklempt that we were doing something that our family didn't even really consider an option, didn't even really consider at all. Like we didn't take vacations. If we did anything, we went to the lake for a day. So let's reframe problems as opportunities to start asking a ton of questions and make the assumption, oh, that's cool. So Michelle Shoemaker says, I'm doing the same in my life and my family. Are you doing it related to like owning a second home, like at the beach, or what are you doing it with? I would like to know. So back to the you don't have enough money example. For what you want, enough is a relative term. I know people who are millionaires and think they don't have enough. Michelle just bought a new car. Tell us what you bought. Like a new, brand new, or new to you? Tell us about the car. I want to know. I want to know. So you think you don't have enough money. Instead of trying to solve that problem or change it in any way, the point is to stay away from fixing energy, which is all, by the way, all of this is right in line with the Tao Te Ching and the Bible and all the other ancient texts we have. We don't focus on solving the problem. We focus on asking what's trying to happen for us. If there's a pinch, it's something in us creating that pinch. If there's a lack, there's something in us creating that lack. And we can see that as, hey, dummy, my hey, dummy moments. I'm not calling you a dummy. And I call myself a dummy with the most affections. Don't freak out. We can say, hey, dummy, this is you. So what do you need to change? Not the money. Like, see, we focus on how can I change this money? I need a job. I need more clients. I need to sell something. I need to make something. I need to cut back. Oh, Michelle Shoemaker bought a 2019 brand new Infiniti. Good experience. All the stars aligned. And she used her human design techniques during the process. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'll do a plug. If you want to get into human design, that michellewolf.com/human design and book a foundation reading. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And it works. What color is it? You have to post a picture on Facebook. I know you just got it last night, but we all want to see your new car. So think about a problem you've got. Let's just play with it right now. Think about something you've been thinking about trying to fix. Black with tan interior. Whoa, so awesome. Infinitis are gorgeous too. I think they're beautiful cars. I've been trying to branch out from Jaguar because the new Jaguars look like every other car. Shame on you, Jaguar. I'm starting to look and try to branch out. Like, if I'm going to get a car that looks like any other car, then I might as well go just buy any old thing. I want something that looks a little different. So I'm thinking Tesla. Yes, that's right. Something unique. Infinitis still look a little unique. But Jaguars just look like, a Nissan and a Jaguar look the same except for the front grille. That's not okay. Okay. Don't get me started on cars. Think about a problem you've got right now. And just feel into how you want to fix it, how you want to change it, how you create resistance and you amplify it just because you just want it to change. You want to fix it. You're fighting against the reality, right? Hello, Byron Katie. Hello, Albert Ellis. Okay, we know that when we fight against the reality of what is, we get more of what is. This is just a little spin on that says a problem is red flagging you that there is goodies available to you, but you have to ask for them, and then you have to be the energy of them, and then you can have them. Now, they might come in a different form than what you expect. They often do. But you can have them, and even better. So feel how you want to fix it. You want to fix your problem. You want to tinker with it. You want it to change. You want it to go away. You want it to be anything other than what it is. Just this little thing. We also know that when we 100% accept something and allow it to be as it is, not like it, not approve of it, but accept that it's there and fully tell ourselves the truth about it, it often shifts. And I think that's part of this. So we look at the problem when we say, I 100% accept you, I get it. You tell yourself the truth about it. And then you say, you don't try to fix it, okay? You just turn your attention somewhere else. Problem here, this is not desired, but desired outcome here. Free advertising for Adirondack sparkling water at your local Lidl store, if you have a Lidl store near you. Problem here, desired outcome here. Identify the problem. Let go of trying to make it be something other than it is. It is what it is. I hate that saying, and yet it's true. It is what it is. It just is this thing over here. Okay, you don't have to wrestle it. You don't have to grab a hold of it. You don't have to let it become your tar baby and get stuck to it and roll around in the grass with it. You just look over here. Okay, what's the energy of over here? What's the energy of here? Lack, deprivation, pain, martyrdom, self-pity. Okay, just saying. What's the energy over here? Croissants that don't hurt my stomach, the Eiffel Tower, museums, the Louvre, rude taxi drivers, who I love, baguettes, butter. Like, that's the energy over here. Ooh, that makes me happy. Oh, that feels so good. Walking down the Seine, visiting what's left of Notre Dame. That makes me feel very, very happy. So can I hold this energy, activate the energy by thinking of all the things, hold that energy and allow this to be in there too, just by accepting it? Like, we can hold both things at the same time, which helps us let go of this as a problem. It's just a thing. It's just an outcome of all the decisions you've made and all the choices you've made, and how powerful a creator you are that you have this. You created it. You must be pretty powerful, because energy is designed to flow, and somehow you've managed to pinch it off so that it becomes nearly non-existent in your life. That's how powerful you are. Do you see? Is this making sense? You don't even define this as a problem anymore. It's just an outcome from previous stuff. That's all it is. There's no emotion in that. There's no judgment in that. There's not even any really thoughts about that. If you go to make pancakes, you're going to cook pancakes and have breakfast for dinner, which is one of my favorites. So you're going to cook pancakes, but you use biscuit dough instead. You want pancakes, but you have mixed up biscuit dough. And you throw that in a pan and you're expecting a pancake, and what you get is a biscuit. Okay, you just used biscuit dough when you should have used pancake batter. It's just the results of the choices you made and the thing that you mixed up that resulted in a biscuit instead of a pancake. In the same way, these are just the things that you've mixed up, expecting more money and getting no money, or very little money, not enough money. Okay, you just were trying to make lots of money with the wrong recipe. So if you strip away all the, oh my God, I'm so stupid, and oh, my family this, and I'm a victim that, and I can't because this or that and that and that, which is, something I think I have finally let that one go, because it's not in my awareness lately. And then I go, okay, well, what is the proper recipe mix for abundance? Well, the proper recipe mix for abundance is to not worry about the abundance, to worry about how you feel. If you're going to worry about anything at all, what's going through your mind right now? What was going through your mind when you woke up? What's going to be going through your mind at 2:00 this afternoon or before you go to bed? That's where your focus should be, because that's the only place you can change from biscuit dough to pancake batter. Once it's out here in the thing and you're mixing it up and it's in the skillet turning into a biscuit when you wanted a pancake, it's too late. You can't do anything about it. You got to back it up and go, okay, energetically, what does a pancake feel like? Light and fluffy and asking for honey on it. What does the biscuit feel like? Dense and heavy. If you do it wrong, like a rock. And so you focus on light and fluffy, asking for honey, ready to receive honey. That's what you focus on. Somebody asked in a class last night, it was such a great question. How do I feel good about what I can't see? I'm going to paraphrase. That was a basic question. Like, I don't see the physical evidence yet of a plane ticket, first class, and a really nice Airbnb. I don't see the physical evidence of that yet. So how do I feel good about it in the process, in the meantime, in the gap, right? The gap between changing your recipe that you're whipping up in your bowl and pouring it into the skillet and seeing the end result. There's a gap of time there. Maple syrup. Oh God, Canadian maple syrup. Oh God, this is so good. I'm jealous of Tina being in Canada anyway, because, you know, America. I love America, but I don't love its political structure at the moment. So in the meantime, that's when you have to rely on and be disciplined with your core desired feelings, your feeling tone. And I don't even worry about, is Paris going to happen or not? What if it doesn't happen? I'm going to be so disappointed. Like, I don't even think about it. I just let the idea go. I've put it out there. I want to go to Paris for my birthday, and I want to go higher, more luxurious than I have gone in the past. And also, I'll do whatever, you know? So I just let it go. And I sit with the energy of luxury and ease and, you know, queen treatment and right time, right place. And I get those energies in my body. Thank you, Michelle. She said she changed her story thanks to me and her coaching me. You did the work. Awesome programs and clarity sessions. Thank you. Thank you. I love clarity sessions. Also on the website, michellewolf.com. Okay, so that's what you do in the gap, because the gap will bring the evidence. Maybe it's a trip to Paris. Maybe it's a trip to somewhere I can't even imagine being better than that. You know, that has to be out there. Yes, I want to go to Paris. And also, what if there's something even more amazing that I can't even imagine because I just don't have it in my past experiences? So I don't even know. So I trust that the birthday trip I'm targeting for Paris, and I'm activating the feeling of how it feels to be there and the smells and the sounds, and I'm watching videos and I'm looking at my Airbnb options. I've got flight tracker going. Like, these are the things we can do in the meantime, and we can feel super happy about it. And we're not looking toward any, a target is movable, right? That's what we've used targets in the classes I've had before, because people have such negative associations with the word goals. So my not being able to buy a ticket to Paris today could be defined as a problem. And instead, I'm like, it's an opportunity to ask for more. I don't have the ticket yet, so I can keep asking for, what would it take to have a first class ticket? What would it take to have the seat that's the little bed with the little pillow and the tiny blanket? Like, what would it take to ride over to Paris in that section of the plane? What would that take? Who would I need to be? What could I activate in myself right now that's a match to that kind of flight experience? I can't think of another example. I love how you got the car, Michelle. That's so awesome. And the luxury car is on my list too. And then as you're going through, if you are familiar with human design, you follow your strategy and your authority, and you'll be even more on target, because lots of ideas will come to you, but that doesn't mean that all those ideas are ones that you should implement. And you need to check it out with the, if you use human design, you need to match that up against, are you following your strategy, and are you checking it out before you make a final decision and go into action with your unique authority. Okay? Let's have some coffee. Oh my gosh, I've talked 30 minutes already, for crying out loud. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. And I'll refer you over to meetcorymichelle.com. And again, I don't know why the money class isn't listed. I know she has one going. If you just put her name in the search box on Facebook, you'll find her. And she has some groups, energy congruence activation group. That's a free one. But start to think about whatever problem you're thinking about as just being an opportunity to sit with yourself and ask a whole lot of questions, just to open up. Like when we're focused on this problem, our field of vision is like this big. If we say, oh, this problem is a prompt, it's another way you could think of it. This problem is a prompt. It's prompting me to get out of my mind and get into my heart and my body and ask what else is available here. This isn't working. What else can I do? Who else can I be? What other energies can I find that feel good in my body? What are the feelings I want to feel right now? What are the hopes and dreams I want to be aware of right now? I like this question too. Show me what's available that I'm not aware of. Because if we're coming out of poverty and we're coming out of, our old thought patterns, we don't know what's available to us. We don't have it in our wheelhouse. So asking yourself and your world, show me what's available here that I'm not aware of. Show me what's available right now that I can say yes to. Maybe that's $100 fee for your session. Maybe it's a class that you charge only, $179 for welcoming the crone through self-portraiture at the website. Okay. What am I available for? Yeah, the course should be $500. My energy is not available for that. It's available for $179. On a new course, I don't feel comfortable charging what a course like that should go for. I'm available for that amount. And my mind is like, what? It has some things to say about that. And also I'm learning that my body knows better, and my mind's not supposed to be making decisions anyway. A problem as a prompt. That's what I'm going to write down for myself. This problem is a prompt. It's reminding me that I have the energy within myself. So there. Take that, limiting belief. The problem is prompting me to stop with my tunnel vision and ask questions, to open up and become aware again in my mind and in all my being, that we are incredibly, incredibly powerful, and we have enormous amounts of skills that we are not using because we're laser focused on this fucking problem. Knock it off. Here, there's your bitch slap for the day. Stop it. Stop it and start asking questions. Damn it. I say to myself and you. Okay, so Art of Living Crazy Possible through Corey, or Created Life Academy through Sandy, or both. Recommend those to you. Recommend my Human Design Foundation reading to get started with human design. And that's all I have to say about business. And that's all I have to say today to you. I will see you next week. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I do get a notice that someone has left a comment, so I'll get back to you within a day or two usually. And I'll see you here next Wednesday. And thank you for your awesome discussion. And congratulations, Michelle Shoemaker, on your new luxury car done in alignment with your energies and your human design. Okay, bye.